Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross.
Be mindful. You may never know who knows somebody, who kin to somebody, who saw what you posted. Because you're going to have to
Rick
spend
Ross soap parties with Diddy aren't just wild nightlife stories anymore. They've turned into real receipts. DC Young Fly just dropped a blurred clip that looks harmless at first, but the NDAs, the no-phone rules, and the all-white dress code tell a different story. The phone wasn't for fun. It was the perfect cover for whatever they didn't want seen. And now, with Ross caught on tape right beside Diddy, it's not a good look. 3 years ago, Rick Ross was in an interview on the 85 South show with DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and Chico Bean. At first, everything looked cool. Ross was vibing, cracking jokes, acting normal.
Teflon Don, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just...
Then you
we could have those debates, we really could.
Teflon was off the chain.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
and I like the way
Don was a
you
different
followed up
time.
hustling with pushing it. Like, how did you know to come right back on their ass?
You got to.
Right.
Man, just don't take the foot off the gas at all.
Suddenly, he got up, made an excuse,
I used the
and
restroom one time and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, stay tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing.
All gas.
Oh, I'm talking about for life.
but then he dipped and never came back. No warning, no explanation, just vanished. Rick Ross claimed he left early because of a scheduling conflict, but DC Young Fly says that's a lie. In one of his latest interviews, which really set off this whole beef, DC said he actually loves Ross and his music.
I'm gonna say first of all, I don't give a
Yeah, I get it.
but I give a because
Try to make it bad.
with you as a person.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before, okay, let's just say before all that happened, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say before all that happened. Bro, I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you wanted to. Hey! Shut the f up! I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you probably one of the best lyricists from the South that we got. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you poetic, bro. When I listen to your music, I think you put a lot of time and effort into this.
Yeah.
So I'm listening.
But walking off the set like that was straight up humiliating. Apparently, Ross didn't want to be asked the wrong questions, the kind that couldn't be edited out. The kind that might expose what really goes down behind closed doors.
This is when it get insulting because we the type of people that will never bring up nothing that we feel like that can be diminished to your career or anything. Cause we some real.
Yeah.
The moment you leave our show, you went and did a podcast, a white podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours
And didn't leave.
and you talked. And the white folk asked your ass, was you a correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no that, and then
Right.
got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently,
Right.
eloquently.
Eloquently. Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then I get to sit back and watch that like, damn, what's the difference between them and
Now
us?
everyone's asking, what was Russ running from? Well, Russ doesn't take allegations like this lightly, because even though he's the one who acted shady, according to him, DC should be grateful he was even on his podcast in the first place, for all 3 minutes of it. So he went online with a video to silence the haters once and for
Look,
all.
bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for free.
That's when Russ started saying things that didn't even make sense.
I wasted that nice ass Gucci jacket on that look, man. I couldn't even really wear my Gucci jacket again. But I did it for love. And next time I come for free, at least have me some lemon pepper wing stop at that. You heard me? But I came for free. I ain't charging. You feel me? Don't talk about Rose other business. I came and did that. And what is the analytics? How the show doing anyway, man? I come back on it and when I'm gonna walk off that the next time and it's The bitch said, Rose, was I been? Of course not. You know when it's time to go. When it ain't no more chicken wings, man. They ain't smoking, man.
Suddenly, you could see this wasn't just some petty social media back and forth. This was personal. And DC wasn't going to let him have it his way, so he laid it out clearly.
Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only nigga who did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Busta Rhymes did it for free. Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch do it for free. Now, that wasn't the biggest moment. Now, that's one of the viral moments, but Boosie episode 8 million. Got Country Wayne shit like 6-7 million. Like, we do numbers, we do analytics. Our analytics, we was the biggest before you came, and we was the biggest afterwards. So you always got room to come back to be on the biggest podcast in the world, correct? You dig what I'm saying? But when you call a spade, it get hot.
Ross claimed he didn't get lemon pepper wings, so DC clapped back that there were 200 of them waiting in the back. But Ross just didn't stick around to see
Matter
them.
of fact, lemon pepper. We knew you were gonna it, but you didn't eat it. And we respect when shit to do, bro. Just tell us as soon as you come in, hey, little homies, I got an hour. Bet, we gonna try to get you in. Man, we gonna try to get you in about 45 minutes so you can make it to your next destination. Don't pull up, act like you doing us a favor, and then just leave up without saying something. Just say something so we can know what's going on, gang. We ain't tripping, but push back up. Your team, we called your team. We called the person who we called when you was on the way. Guess what they said? We don't know where he going. So Ross, get at the pool and give me a call.
So the real question became, why did he leave? For years, rumors have swirled about Rick Ross and Diddy's relationship, not just as music industry allies, but as something deeper. Ross has long been painted as Diddy's right-hand man, but some whispers go even further, hinting he might have been his boy toy. So when Ross suddenly stepped back from certain public ties, people had one burning question: why? That's when DC Young Fly allegedly upped the ante, dropping a blurred but telling clip. It showed what appeared to be a foam-soaked, all-white private party reportedly at Ross' Promised Land estate. This wasn't your average Miami pool day. Guests had to sign NDAs, phones were confiscated at the door, and the thick clouds of soap and steam weren't just for ambience. They made it nearly impossible to see what was really happening. The timing was suspicious. DC dropped the clip right after Ross publicly promoted another pool party for August 2nd, even saying DC himself would be there.
Come to the Rick Ross estate, August 2nd, for the pool party. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna DM my DC Young Fly, tell him come out there. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's gonna be a vibe, August 2nd, hosted by DC Young Fly.
But now every celebrity pool party is under a microscope after Diddy's freak-off allegations blew up. Old receipts are resurfacing, and even Ross music is being re-examined. Back in 2013, Ross dropped that infamous bar, put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. At the time, he lost brand deals, and the backlash eventually faded. But with this new context, that lyric sounds less like a bad rap punchline and more like a breadcrumb. 50 Cent even called him out back then, publicly asking, "What the fuck?" He hinted that his Diddy documentary would expose this exact type of behavior. The bottles, the hidden parties, the stories from women who claimed they couldn't remember whole nights. Back then, it was dismissed as club talk. Now, it's looking like a pattern. The soap party footage took on a life of its own. People slowed it down, froze frames, and started spotting details. One guest in particular didn't match the invite list. They weren't seen arriving with Russ or leaving with Diddy, but they were wearing something unmistakable, a thick metallic bracelet with a unique emblem. Fans quickly compared it to paparazzi shots of someone tied directly to Diddy's circle. No name was said, no face was shown, but the implication was enough. And here's where things get dark. Long before this clip dropped, in 2018, a man named Jonathan Audi made headlines for opening fire at Trump National Doral in Miami. During police questioning, he went on a bizarre rant, claiming he had been kept as a slave by Diddy, and that both Diddy and Rick Ross were involved in secret rituals.
Diddy and Ross, which are good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay.
He claimed he was forced into acts with Cassie.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain
At the
sight.
time, the internet laughed it off, labeling him a conspiracy nut. But after Cass's lawsuit and the leaked party videos, people are replaying that 2018 footage with a whole new lens. Jonathan also made a disturbing claim about their so-called satanic rituals.
You have what's called the Illuminati.
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 Okay.
Yeah, Illuminati. Okay. They've made it in dance. Basically, what it means, illuminated.
I got you.
Okay. They do satanic ritual, which is basically CIA mind programming techniques to their own family, kids, etc. down the crew, and they bond that way. Okay, so they do pedophilia, they do animal killing of animals, blood sacrifices, and everything in the Bohemian Grove.
Audi also accused them of participating in satanic rituals, naming Bohemian Grove and the Bull, which he called the Black Branch of the Illuminati. He claimed Diddy had him under contract, infected him with an STD, and that Diddy's legal power came from connections like Kenny and Ben Maselli's, big-name attorneys tied to Michael Jackson's publishing rights. According to Jonathan, Ross had an agenda this whole time.
The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. They promote binge drinking and
Gotcha.
the hip-hop agenda was laid out by Obama during his last presidencies purposely. That's why they had Tupac killed, because when they kill them, you gain fame. When people, your record sales go up, and then people listen to your lyrics and everything, and then you become famous. Okay, that's how they do it. All right. Tupac's still alive.
Yeah.
He's in Cuba. Basically, what happens is following. The hip hop agenda is an agenda to move all the United States. They move. You need to involve the DEA. They move all the dope. Okay, all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs.
By the inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine, and they move liquid in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid. I drank it myself. Having Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. Alright, he calls it G-juice, but it's liquid.
Wild as it sounds, there's one part that isn't speculation. When Diddy received the BET Lifetime Achievement Award, he thanked Kenny Masellis by name on live TV. That moment alone gave Audi's so-called ramblings a disturbing hint of credibility. Here's what makes it impossible to ignore. Every major thing Jonathan said in that 2018 interrogation, rituals, NDAs, tapes, Cassie, lawyers, secret parties, is now being confirmed, one by one, by completely unrelated sources. When you really look at all the receipts, those soap parties don't feel random.